Hey guys, it's Lindsay and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a book haul, which is super exciting. So today I ended up going to 3 different bookstores, which is insane. So this morning, I ended up going to a local Half Price Books. And then I went to 2 different Barnes & Nobles because my best friend had me running around trying to look for some of the books that she has been desperately trying to find. And I just so graciously did it for her. And I loved every second of it. So she's probably going to watch this. And anyway. So Half Price Books did not have the books that she was looking for, so I ended up going to Barnes & Noble, which is across the street. However, before I did that, I did buy one thing from Barnes & Noble, from Half Price Books, that wasn't book related. I ended up getting one of these cute little jigsaw puzzles. I love doing jigsaw puzzles. They're just one of those things that helps you like unwind from the day, and you can listen to an audiobook while doing one of those puzzles, which I was really happy with. And I think it was only, how much was it? $12, $12.99. So really liked this one. A little bit of a vintage VW van fan. I cannot speak today, but I really thought it was super cute and went ahead and picked it up. And then while I was there, I did pick up one book, and that was It Ends With Us with Colleen Hoover. I actually really love Colleen Hoover. I have a lot of Colleen Hoover's books. This one I did not have. And I bought it thinking that I might have had it previously, but I didn't. So I do not have this, and my best friend and I kind of want to do like a buddy read or a book club type thing with this, so we'll definitely see on that. I don't know what any of these books are about. I can kind of give you like a little bit of a generic take on it, but as far as these Colleen Hoover books, none. I have no idea whatsoever what they're about. But this one was at Half Price Books, and I went ahead and picked it up because I knew it was going to be cheaper there than at Barnes & Noble. So I went ahead and got this one. And like I said, after that, I went to the Barnes & Noble, and the Barnes & Noble that I was at was across the street from the Half Price Books. So my best friend has decided to start reading the From Blood and Ash series by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and I have all of the books in paperback. She wanted all of them in hardcover. So she knows that the 4th book, War of Two Queens, does not come out until May. Like that is when the hardcover comes out is in May, but the paperback came out before then, in March. And so I ended up finding, what did I find? I found the Crown of Gilded Bones, and then I think an Ember in, no, that's not right. It's not the Ember in the Ashes, because that's a different, I think the acronym for it is a Shadow in the Embers, I think is what it's called. So I got her those 2, which is like the 2 before the 4th book, which is insane. But I ended up going there and getting her those 2 books, which was super exciting. And while I was there, I also did a little bit of shopping for myself. And I can't quite remember which books I bought at that Barnes & Noble. So let me find my receipt here. So I went to, when I was at that Barnes & Noble, I did decide to pick some books up for myself. I ended up doing like 2 separate transactions there because I wanted to keep my friend's book separate from my own. So, because she was going to pay me back. So I did hers, and she did pay me back, so don't worry about that. But I bought 4 books for myself, and then those 2 for her. So what I did end up getting was, obviously, like I said, I'm trying to get or catch up on my Colleen Hoover. And so I ended up getting Maybe Not, which is, I think, the novella right after Maybe Someday. And so I just had to get it. We'll see. So I got this one while I was there, and also while I was there I picked up Reminders of Him. This is her newest release. I know nothing about these, and all I know is that like Colleen Hoover really does write some hard-hitting novels. I know one of the books that I read by her recently just made me bawl my eyes out, and I just, oh, it's so good, but like also really sad. So we'll see how I feel about this one. Like I said, I have absolutely no idea what this is about, but we'll figure it out as we go along. The next book I got was the second book in the Hades and Persephone books that Scarlett St. Clair wrote, and that is A Touch of Ruin. I have not read the first book yet. It is on my TBR. These look to be like pretty fast-paced books, so I might be able to read the first one pretty quickly. All I know is that this is just a continuation of the first book, and hopefully it'll be really good. And then the last book I got at that Barnes & Noble was Pestilence by Laura Thalassa, and I know a lot of people love these books. I know some people hate them, so I'm really excited to figure out where I'm going to fall in that spectrum, because like I said, I know a lot of people have a love-hate relationship with Laura Thalassa after she wrote Raft Spirit? I don't remember the name of the book, but I do know that a lot of people had some issues with her writing style and how she chose to storytell. So other than that, like, I'm excited to see where I fit in on the spectrum of Laura Thalassa, and super excited to get these books. So while I was there, I asked the lovely gentleman that did my checkout if he could see which location that was close enough to where I was at currently, to look for A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire for Jennifer L. Armentrout, and it happened to be in the mall that I was actually going to next, at that Barnes & Noble. So I was like, okay, perfect. I'll just run and go grab it. It's not a big deal. Thank you so much for looking up that for me. And so while I was there, I ended up picking up another 4 books, I believe. Yes. But before that, I wanted to let you know what else I got her. So I got her that book which was book number 2. So now she has all of the books that are currently out, with the exception of A War of Two Queens, because that book does not come out until March as a hardcover. And then she also recently finished the Akatar series, and so she wants to start on Crescent City. Well, she has the second book. I can never remember this. A House of Sky and Breath? Sorry. Can never remember that. So she has that one, but she did not have the first one. So as an early Mother's Day gift, I went ahead and picked up the first book for her, which is A House of Earth and Blood. And I gave it to her, and I did let her know that I thought it was a good idea that she would read the Throne of Glass series first before she started the Crescent City series, because some of the things that happen in Throne of Glass are prevalent to understand Crescent City. So I went ahead and told her that she needed to do that first. Yeah, so I did make a little pit stop on my way home, and I dropped off all of her books for her, and so she could read them. And it wouldn't take a long time for me to get back to her, because it'd probably be another week until I could get over to her to give her her books. So I just went ahead and made a special delivery and did that. But also I did buy books for myself while I was there. And they have a very large selection at that Barnes & Noble. And so some of the books there, I thought she was going to enjoy as well. So I am in charge of reading the book first, and then she gets to borrow it. But I went ahead and picked up Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. I really enjoy Christina Lauren's writing. I do know that this is just a recover of the original print, which is the orange cover with the little pieces of paper on it. So in that aspect, I do actually know what the old book looks like, and I'm super excited to get to it. Christina Lauren, though, for me is either hit or miss. Like, they write fantastic books, but sometimes, like, some of them are really good, some of them are really bad. I absolutely loved The Honeymooners, but I couldn't stand the Honey Don't List. So it's just like a double-edged sword there. So hopefully I really like this. A lot of people do like this one that they've written, so I'm hoping that I will enjoy it just as much as everyone else has. And then the next couple of books I got, so I did get A Touch of Malice, which is book 3 in the Hades and Persephone series that they have, or she has. So I just went ahead and completed the series because I just wanted to make sure that I had all the books that were currently out, and just make sure that if I wanted to marathon them that I could. Alright, next up, I know a lot of people are loving this series, and I could only find the second book. I did ask the ladies at that store if they had the first book, and they don't. They said that through all of the Barnes & Nobles in Texas, they didn't really have the first book anywhere close by, and if I wanted to buy it and have it delivered to my house, I could do that, but I did not do that, so I just went ahead and picked up the second book, and if I wanted to read the first book, it is on Kindle Unlimited, so I can read it on my Kindle before I get to the second book, and that is Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. This is the second book in the Dreamland Billionaire series, the first one being the... I don't remember, to be 100% honest with you. What is the first book? The Fine Print. Sorry. Found it. So the first book is The Fine Print. This is about Declan and Iris, sorry. And the first book is 2 other characters from the series, but I have not gotten to them yet. I will probably be reading that on Kindle Unlimited before I get to this one. And then the last book that I bought at Barnes & Noble, which I did not know that they made such a thing as this, but I did get the After graphic novel by Todd. It's basically the first book just in graphic novel form. So I'm very interested to read it and see just how similar it is to the actual book compared to the movie. But yeah, no, it's interesting. So I'm very much looking forward to this one. And then I did also get a Amazon package today that has a few books in it, so we'll go ahead and unbox this while we're here as well. Alright, so the first book in here, holy cow, this is a chunker of a book, and it's A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime by Monica Murphy. This is giant. But it's not too hard to read. The font is pretty large, and holy cow, this book is 533 pages, which is fine. I love Monica Murphy. I did read her college year series, and I really loved it, and so now I'm trying to read all of the Callahan's books, as well as some of the other ones that she has written. And there's one that she just came out with, which I'm so excited to get. I just haven't ordered it yet. But yeah, so I'm really excited to get to this. It's just going to be probably a little bit before I do get to it, because it is such a chunk of a book. And I still have some school left. So there's that. And then the last 2 books I have, which I think we've briefly talked about this before. And I bought The Bet by Max Monroe and The Pact by Max Monroe, and this is book 1 and book 2 in the Winslow Brothers series. I bought book 3, The Secret. I actually bought that in store, and I did not realize that it was a series, so I ended up buying the first 2. They are not like a continuous series. You can read them as standalones. So I'm super excited. I'm just starting with Ty first. So anyway, that is my book haul. I have a lot of books, and I need to put them away, give them new homes, and then go through some of these bookshelves and get rid of some books that I know I'm not going to read. I know on that bookshelf, that entire bottom shelf is probably books I won't ever read, and they're just collecting dust in my room. So that is it for my book haul. If you guys have read any of these books, please let me know what you thought in the comments below. Also, if you have any or if you have any video ideas or book recommendations, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, everyone.